One last thing about the drawers here that's pretty nice is, if I hover over a tool, it's going to just tell me what that tool does. It's going to give me the name of the tool in a sense, extrusion in this case. But I have down here this little help menu that a lot of people seem to forget about. And what I can do is go through, and I have these little tabs at the bottom. I can search for items and do these different things. But this last little tab right here is this question mark. And now what I can do is if I go over and hover over a tool, don't click on it, just hover over it, it's going to not only give me the name of the tool, but it's also going to tell me what that tool is. It's going to give me a brief description of how it works, and it's also going to give me step-by-step instructions on how to use it. A really good example of this is the Pave tool, or the advanced Pave tool. Just by hovering over it, you can see that the advanced Pave comes up here, and now I have instructions on how to use it. So it's a nice little reminder if you're using tools that you haven't really used a lot before. You want to kind of experiment with some other functions in 3DESIGN, because there are plenty of them in there, and it's a good way to kind of expand your vocabulary or to test yourself with the program. The third drawer we're going to look at, it's hidden down here, is going to be the library drawer. Now, if you're not familiar with the library, it's where we're going to keep all of our pre-made shanks, settings, profiles. And if I go here, I have my 2D symbols, prongs, rails, shanks, and these are basically cross sections, if you will, that I can use for sweeping and for building different elements. So I can just click on one. You can see here I bring it in, I'll hide this, and of course I can resize it or position it however I want. And then I can use this shape for building different elements. So I have a lot of these available to me. The nice thing is I can also draw using the sketch mode and save individual elements. So if you see down here, I have this folder called CK Symbols. There's only 2 in here right now, but if I wish, I can actually draw an element and save it to this folder and then use it in my creations. So a great way if you want to create some custom cross sections that you're going to use often, or prong shapes. And again, we'll show you how to do this in future videos, so let's not focus too much on that right now. Other items in the library, we have different chain components, different clamp components, and these are going to be used for use in your necklaces or your bracelets, different components here. Earrings, hooks, different clasps, different findings. Here we have presentation tools in the library, and these of course are just different items you can use to showcase your designs, your renderings. And these of course can be imported into the design area and shown in your renderings or modified to showcase your pieces. And then of course we have your ring shanks, your settings, and last but not least we have the Swarovski library here. And this is going to be the complete Swarovski library with CAD accurate models with the actual part numbers here. So if you want to use any of these pieces, you can, and then by using the stone report you can actually get a list of the exact Swarovski pieces that you're using here, and you can order them as such direct from your supplier. And that is the library. A couple other things I want to show you real quick, just basic fundamentals of 3DESIGN. Here on the right you'll see that we have your different predefined view layouts. Now this is useful. I like to design a lot, I like to move around a lot, and sometimes you can get backwards, especially if you're not really familiar with using the program or you're new to the program. Well, these can be your safety net here. I have my predefined views, so I have a top, a bottom, side view, or front view actually here in this case, the back view, side view, and the other side, as well as both isometric and perspective views. Now I can also go through and do some of these other buttons. Normal to, I can rotate it 90 degrees within my viewport, and this will actually just help me rotate it a little bit further. As well as we have a zoom all, which will actually back the screen up and give me a perspective of everything that's in my design area, and some magnification and zoom on selection features here. And these are just going to increase the zoom, decrease the zoom, give me better views at predefined intervals versus just scrolling in and out and moving. The last button that we have here is the play button, or the record button as I should say, and if you want to create a movie you can actually use the record button and move your piece around, rotate it, do whatever you would like, zoom in, and by recording it you're actually going to record that action for use in displaying your pieces, your showcases. And one of the last things that I'd like to show you in the introduction video that we have here is with your parametric tree. I'm going to come back here and I'm going to show this item here, and that's kind of what I want to show you. It's surprising how many users seem to forget that we have this option in 3DESIGN, but the nice thing about it is I can select an object just by clicking on it. Of course it turns blue, and in the parametric tree over here it's going to turn blue as well. Well, using the space bar I can actually just push the button once and it will actually hide that item. Now the item is still there, it's still positioned exactly how I had it before, but now what I can do is see what else I have in my design area. So if I want to take this piece, let's say, and move it, I don't know, let's just move it over here, we can, and I don't have to worry about this other piece being in place. Now if I wish and I want to see how other elements relate to each other, but I don't want to completely make it disappear from view, I can actually push the space bar again, and now I have a frozen object. And now you can see I can kind of see through it. I can still see the profile in the background. And now if I come back over here and I want to position this piece again, I can actually position it relative to this other piece. And if I want to say move this down, I can kind of see through that sphere to see exactly where it is. And we'll validate. Now I've been showing you a shortcut. I should have shown you the easiest way to do it first, or I'm sorry, the proper way to do it first. Any object I can actually right click on in the parametric tree, and right here I have the hide, the show, and the freeze options. Now right now it's frozen, so the freeze option is gray, but if I click show it brings it back to its full glory, and if I click hide it's going to make it disappear again. When you have a lot of items on the screen, showing items, freezing items is a great way to work around the program. Again, as I showed you, just by using the spacebar you can toggle through these three items and these three views. One thing to note as well is that when it's fully shown you have just the item listed here, and if it's highlighted the item is going to be blue. Notice when I toggle through, if it's hidden I see the ghost, and if I toggle again it's frozen, I see the snowflake icon here. So it's a good way to show you what's hidden, what's not. Also note if I completely hide the object and I roll over the description or the object in the parametric tree, then I am going to see the item available there, only for a brief second, only while I'm hovering over this. So it's nice if I have a lot of different items I can actually go through and it will show me what's what, so it's a nice way to navigate around the program. So this has been a brief introduction to the user interface of 3DESIGN and kind of getting your orientation and working through the layout of the program. Hope you enjoyed it. We have plenty more videos to come, so stay tuned. And if you have any questions, definitely feel free to call us or to go to our website at 3design.com or 3design.us for our US users. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.